Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like we don't know each other. Okay, true story. So we all go to Union Temple Baptist Church in Southeast D.C. Shout out to our pastor, Reverend Willie Wilson, co-pastor Mary, Anika Wilson-Brown, the whole Union Temple family. And I was producing the church announcements at our church.
Yeah.
And Asante Blackk, that's his stage name, he was reading for us, and he would go on and you know, do the church announcement. I was like, this young man is super talented. 2 months later, he blows up. How did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, so I had seen the audition from my agent. I got an agent in New York when I was around in ninth grade, I think. And so I got an agent and, you know, had been auditioning for things, but it never really, you know, stuck anything. But I saw this audition and I really saw, you know, what it was about. I kind of did my research on it. I was like, wow, this is a really powerful story. It would be amazing to be a part of this. So I, you know, honed in, did what I had to do. I had multiple auditions, callbacks, and then finally she called me and said, I'd like for you to play Kevin Richardson. So it was amazing, yeah.
Did you spend time with him actually?
Yeah, so I talked to him a little bit before we started shooting, and I mean, what I really just picked up is that this guy is so sweet. He's such a nice guy. You'd really never think that he went through what he went through if you've seen him today. So I kind of wanted to take that more than anything and put it into the character. You know, I didn't want to just portray the pain and sorrow that he went through. I wanted to take those happy moments and find those as well and put those into the story as well. But he kind of told us just really how the media had railroaded them from day one. You know, they really never had a chance in this fight because the media had made up this story and had decided that it was these 5 guys and that was it. Things just took off from there.
Wow. Now, for individuals that are not familiar with the Central Park 5 story, very compelling story happened in New York City a while back. There were 5 brothers who were accused of was it rape?
Yeah,
of raping a woman.
And attempted murder.
Yeah, attempted murder. And they found out later this guy came and basically you know, said, I did it. And they were all exonerated. They won millions of dollars. They got millions of dollars from the city of New York, and now we're here at this space. Now, let's talk to the parents really quick. Yeah. Aiyanna and Ayiza Ma'at, we've been knowing each other, of course, with your work from Black Marriage and Black Love and all the stuff that you do. Yeah. Now, how do you feel about your son in the position and what he's doing right now? How do you feel about that?
So I'm ecstatic, and I'm overwhelmed with joy. I feel extremely proud of the fact that Asante has been able to achieve what he has thus far in his career, and so I'm excited for the opportunities that still exist out there for him. In addition to his acting, I would also be remiss if I didn't mention he graduated from high school with a 3.5 plus GPA. So we can't overlook that and minimize that. The acting is phenomenal, but also his education, he's excelled in that area too.
Wonderful. So, Mom, did you see this coming at all?
I didn't know it would look like this, but I did see it coming because I knew when I saw him some years ago at an acting camp here at Howard University. When I saw him, he lit up in a way that I had not seen before, and I hadn't experienced that with him, where I was like, whoa, there's something that's really catching him, and he's turned on in a way that I had never ever witnessed. So I said, okay, he's really serious about this, and it's never been myself and my husband leading the way. It's always been him leading us. Yeah. So I knew that it was going to come, that he was going to manifest what he wanted to manifest, but that it would look like this, that he would have such a meaningful opportunity to kind of do something really big and profound to honor these men. I never could have imagined, for real.
Asante, talk to me about the phone call that you received from Ava DuVernay, who's, of course, world famous, world renowned, incredible filmmaker. Tell me about that phone call when she called you up and said, hey, look.
Yeah, so it was summer break, and I was actually downstairs in the living room watching Netflix, actually, ironically. And so I get a call from this LA number. I'm like, who's calling me from LA? Maybe I should pick it up. And I picked it up. They said, hi, I'm looking for Asante Blackk. I said, oh, okay, yeah, this is he. They said, hey, this is Ava DuVernay. I said, what? Ava DuVernay? She said, yeah, I just wanted to tell you I really enjoyed your self-tape. You know, it was an amazing audition, blah, blah, blah. And I want you to play Kevin Richardson and when they see us. And I said, wow, this opportunity. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. You know, I ran upstairs, told my siblings, called my mom. My mom was at work. And actually, I thought my dad was at work, so I called him a bunch of times, but he wasn't picking up. And when I got on the phone with my mom, I found out that he was actually upstairs still asleep. So I went into the bedroom, told him, and then, yeah, he was ecstatic as well, yeah.
So, Mom, I have to ask you this, because there's a lot of emotion. A lot of emotion. People were really upset watching this. I mean, some people told me that they couldn't go to sleep at night. That night after they watched it on Netflix, that it was really tough for them to be able to digest and see. And they were in utter disbelief that this happened, in New York City. So, what have you heard? What have people told you about how riveting that this film is?
I've heard the same thing, and there's a lot of folks who say, I started it, I couldn't make it all the way through. I have to, take it in little pieces. I'm going to have to, stretch it out. Some folks said I had to hurry up and just see the whole thing through, or I might not go back to it. And so it just, to me, really lifts up the fact that as Black folks and as people of color in this country, our pain is not often seen or recognized. We don't see it out there. We can't really process it. So when we see it like that, it's very difficult for us. And so I think, though, and Asante talks about the fact that some people say, oh, it's like trauma porn, and that there's a certain subset of Black folks and people of color who say, why are we putting this stuff out here? Like, let's talk about something positive. Don't talk about this or slavery or whatever. But I'll let my son say the quote that he always says in terms of why it's important, and I think that people really need to take it home.
Yeah, I mean, there's a quote by Zora Neale Hurston where she says, if you're silent about your pain, then they'll kill you 1,000 times and say that you enjoyed it. So we have to show people that we're uncomfortable. We have to show people that this is the reality of people of color back then, and even still now, to this day, we're living this every single day. And until people see that, because when you're outside of it, you're not really understanding the mechanisms and the things that go on that are interwoven into this country, there won't be any change.